Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 28th through April 3rd. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We do have a new moon in Aries happening April 1st. It's going to basically be the astrological new year, new moon, astrological new year, new energy, clean slate. We're going to see what's coming up for Taurus. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate. So take what does and leave what doesn't. The first card coming up here for Taurus is the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands can come up for us in a few different ways. It can come up for us in terms of timing. If you have been super discouraged lately and you're like, oh my goodness, how much longer? How much farther do I have to go? Nine of Wands says that you are right there at the finish line pretty much, because 10 is done. 10 is complete. You're at 9. You've come all this way. You're almost to 10. 10's the last one. You don't want to stop at 9. This is the last big push. This is the last big push. Do not tire out. Do not give up right now. You've come too far to give up right now. Nine of Wands also comes up when it's a time that we may be kind of on our guard. We may be very cautious about who we are letting in, what we're doing. We might be concerned about a decision that we're making. We might be concerned that we might be making the wrong decision, or we might be making the wrong alliances or partnerships. And Nine of Wands basically says, look, this isn't your first rodeo. Every single one of these wands belongs to someone who came up to this guy and challenged him, right? Tried to fight him. And he won. He won every single battle. And he took their little stick away and he put it in the ground behind him. And he has all of this experience. He has all of these tools, all of this experience, all of these strategies that he's accumulated over time. So the Nine of Wands basically is like, there is absolutely, positively nothing new under the sun that anybody can come at you with, Taurus. You've seen every lie. You've seen every manipulation. You've seen every dirty little trick in the book. As long as you're staying alert and you're allowing yourself to pull from your experience, you're not going to make the wrong decision. Pay attention this week for when you encounter certain people. And you might say, wow, this person really reminds me of that one relative I had that was always talking about me behind my back. And I found out later they were being so nice to my face, but then they were trying to turn everybody against me behind my back. Or you go on a job interview, you're like, this place really reminds me of that one job I had where, they were never paying me on time and they were always doing fishy things with my paycheck, right? This really reminds me of that one job. Or this person really reminds me of that one ex that ended up being really toxic and ripping out my heart. Pay attention to those little moments. That's not you being fearful. That's not you being judgmental. That's your intuition kicking in and saying, hey, this is familiar energy. We've been in this energy before. We've already learned this lesson. We don't need to take this class again. Pay attention for people or circumstances or situations that you're encountering that are reminding you of somebody you know, or reminding you of a situation you were in previously. You're recognizing the energy is familiar and your intuition is saying, we don't have to do this again. As long as you're alert and you're mindful and you're catching these little moments, you're not going to make the wrong decision. You're not going to let in the wrong person. The next card coming up here for Taurus is the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles can come up in, again, a couple of different ways. It can come up a lot of the times when there are uncertain economic times and you may be wanting to do something in terms of self-employment. And the Five of Pentacles can be coming up to say, look, you're on the right track, but this isn't necessarily the time for huge risks, right? This might not be the perfect time to quit the full-time job and just try to really hustle to get the business going. This might be a good time to have some form of income secured while you're working your business and growing your business. It might not be the time right now, and maybe it's not self-employment, it can be something else. This may not be the best time for Taurus to take huge financial risks or to break the bank for something. You might want, if you're finding yourself having to invest in something, it's going to be wise to invest conservatively. Right now might not be the best time to make really big upgrades in your life, upgrades that are going to cost you money anyway, right? It might be a better time to just kind of budget, be a little bit more budget friendly right now. Five of Pentacles can also come up when we're kind of going out into the unknown. We may be feeling like we're taking a stand in some kind of way, and we're feeling like we're alone because of that stand that we're taking. Some of you, there could be some stand you're taking that is affecting you in your work situation. Whether it's about the jabby jabs that shall not be named, about the poke pokes, or if it's about some stance you may have, opinion that you may have that is being made political, even though by nature it's not a political ideology. It's being made into something political. There could be something in which you're finding yourself feeling pushed out or forced to resign from a situation or from a position, and that can feel very scary as you're going out into the unknown. But the Five of Pentacles comes up with the message that even though we're going out into the unknown, we're finding the true blue friends, we're finding the like-minded people, we're finding the soul tribe, soul family along the way. A lot of you have heard me compare the Five of Pentacles to the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy is lost, she's trying to find her way, and she ends up finding this very unlikely group of characters that come together and help each other through some really big challenges, right? They're able to overcome a lot of things together. So the Five of Pentacles has that vibe and that energy to it as well. The next card that's coming up here for Taurus is the Star. Now, this Star card is associated with the astrological sign of Aquarius. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius or someone who has an Aquarius placement. If you yourself have Aquarius placements, there can be really big changes and really big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Now, in general, the Star card is a very promising card. It's really good news, especially when you have these two cards that can make us feel a little apprehensive, a little bit stressed out. To have the Star come up is a breath of fresh air. Keep in mind it's a major arcana card. So major arcana cards come up at significant crossroads, defining moments, new chapters in our life. So even though I'm reading with the intention of a 7-day period of time, the things that are happening for Taurus in the next 7 days are putting things in motion. This is an energy or a period of your life that's going to be around for a while. And the Star follows the Tower. See, Taurus, you're not having a Tower moment. You're having a Five of Pentacles moment. But even then, the Star card comes up to say the worst of it is behind you. So Taurus, another message for you here is this. Even though there's this Five of Pentacles uncertainty, it is absolutely positively nothing compared to the trials and tribulations you've been through till now. It might be a little bit of an inconvenient time where you're making certain adjustments or taking certain precautions, but it is going to be a piece of cake compared to the challenges you've had in the past. The Star card comes up to say the worst of it is over, and you can actually make long-term plans now that are going to stick. Your plans are going to stick. They're going to work out. This is a good time to plan for the future, to take steps or to plan for the long term. The Star card is a card of being seen. There could be some degree of attention that you're receiving. If you're doing anything online, your business may be increasing, or you may be seen by more people, or have more views, or shares, or followers, or subscribers. You may have an energy here with the Star card also of inspiring and guiding others. The Star card for me has an element to it of the wounded healer. Like you've made it through the darkness, you've made it through the chaos, you've found your way out. A shining light. The challenges didn't keep you from shining. They just made you brighter. And now you're in a position in which you've found your way out and you're showing others the way out. Some of you may even be hearing people tell you and say, Taurus, you've come such a long way, or I'm really seeing you. Like, I feel like I'm watching you have this glow up. I feel like I'm watching you, rise from difficult times in the past. And I'm very inspired by you. You're really inspiring me. You may be hearing that a lot, and you might be thinking, why am I being so inspirational? You don't realize, but people have been watching you. People have seen you down there in that ditch, and you crawled out on your own. And now not only have you crawled out of the ditch, you're getting ready to fly. And they're like, whoa, wow, right? They're really impressed. And so some of you may be having people tell you, like, you're really inspiring me, or I'm really proud of you, or you've come such a long way. And some of you may be feeling like you want to start telling your story in some way. Maybe you're wanting to do a podcast. Maybe you're wanting to do a YouTube channel. Maybe you're wanting to do public speaking. Maybe you're wanting to put it down in songs or poems, or some kind of life story, or a comic book based on your life, or a cartoon or something based on your experiences. But you may be coming into this element where you're like, I want to tell my story. Some of you may even be, this Five of Pentacles for some of you, may be that you're cutting back on work and you're budgeting your finances so that you don't have to work as much, so that you can free up time to work on these creative endeavors, or to do these things that you feel called to do. You may be budgeting and tightening the purse strings for that reason, because you're feeling moved to do something and you're trying to make time so that you're able to do it. The next card coming up here for Taurus is the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is a card that comes up for me in readings when emotionally, spiritually, mentally, sometimes even physically, you have been through the ringer and you're exhausted. You may be tempted to push really hard and hurry up and finish things quickly, especially if you're doing something around budgeting to free up time or to work less. You might be trying to hurry through that process. But the Four of Swords is like you have been through you've been through some stuff, okay? like this has been quite a doozy of a situation to be coming out of. So this isn't the time to hustle. This isn't the time to grind. This isn't the time to push yourself to extremes. You need quiet. You need calm. You need rest. Four of Swords comes in with the element of prayer and meditation. Sometimes I've even been seeing it come up in a way where there's a lot of healing for you happening through just kind of resting and connecting with music and listening to your music, and that can be a powerful release. I do feel, Taurus, that a lot of you are feeling led or guided to spend time in nature. You may even be planning an impromptu hike or camping trip or something to be in nature, specifically to be around trees. The trees are really standing out to me in this card. So there's this sense of feeling of like being in nature and just being able to think. I even feel like some of you are going out into nature and journaling. Okay, even if it's just like if you live in a busy city and you have no way of going to the mountains and you have no way of, going camping right now, some of you just might simply on your work break be, going outside and standing under a tree by like a bus stop or something. Some of you may be going to the park and journaling. Okay, that can be the case also. But I feel like you're feeling called or guided to be connecting with that earth energy. After all, you are the element of earth, but really connecting with that element, connecting with earth, connecting with trees. And I feel there's like a sense of release coming out of this for a lot of you. Alrighty, my dears. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I do have the link in the description of the video. It might be easier to just click on the link and go to the scheduling page. Also, love readings for April are going to be coming up. Keep an eye out for those. And every single day I've been posting a card of the day, a daily message. Be sure to keep an eye out for those. Check those out. Those of you who are interested, who just want a little, message at the start of the day, check those out. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care, Taurus.